looks like he'll be fine because he's starting back out there. It worried me a little bit because he went to the physio. He's normally one to shake them off, but looks like it was just a stinger.
Thanks for that, Daisy. The other message you would have been saying to the group is we had 10 tackles in that first quarter to Melbourne's 23, despite Melbourne having more of the footy. Not acceptable.
So Gawn to Viney. Abbott backed up pretty well. He can't get it away, though. Viney got him.
Holding the ball, Melbourne. Viney.
Bit stiff there, Abbott. His second effort was okay, but
Well,
Viney just wrapped him up. Uses the left foot of Fritsch, and that's a good kick out wide to Petrarca.
Play on.
And then Petrarca decides to go long and high. It's worked pretty well for them. Gawn got down there, not that time. Tyson, Taylor, and out of play. So all that lack of finals experience, well, that matters nothing now. The D's are 5 in front. They're feeling great.
Yeah, you're right. Well, it doesn't come into it all now. They're chock full of confidence.
And don't worry about even just football experience. Sam Wiedemann's first quarter, this is game number 18 for him.
Yep.
9 touches and 2 goals. Brilliant.
And they're always going to try and keep scoring as well. The Demons, just the way they play, isn't it?
Go through. Ryan,
And I reckon they would have learnt a lot from that round 18 game too, BT.
Yep.
Being able to play the game right out to the very end.
So 11 minutes of footy cost them in that game, Lingy.
Yeah, but they went safe in that 11 minutes. They'll keep playing their brand of footy.
Tyson, that's out of bounds by a fair way. What sort of things would have been discussed after that, do you reckon, that game?
They would have broke down a couple of the late plays, obviously, that led to the Zach Tui goal, but it would have been across the entire last quarter, the way they played. A lot of their ball use, they went away from their type of game. So now that they've got the lead, they'll be better prepared for it.
Knocked down here. Spargo. Bit of a hope handball. Harms brilliant while in the air. Got it to Oliver. Oliver made something of nothing. Harry Taylor scrapping it out there and holding it in and under, trying to draw a free against Tom McDonald. Umpire will ball it up.
In a lot of ways, BT, that loss has been the catalyst for this Melbourne team.
Yep.
McDonald won the tap, and then Taylor's kick, was it touched? No.
It's off. It's off Melbourne. Yeah. Kicked into his foot. Geelong kick.
So the Cats kick, yeah. Wonder what happened with the ricochet there.
Looked like it was off Oliver, didn't it?
Yeah.
Just here, mate. Just go back, Mitch. Thanks.
So Duncan, who hasn't used the ball well at all in the opening gym, he had a fair bit of it, but he did cough a lot up. This will be a defensive kick down the line. Kept it pretty low, actually. Dangerfield to target Gawn. Such a colossus. Gets to the right places. Viney back to his ruckman. And then Gawn's kick to centre half for Jones in a good spot. Well done at the back by Menegola. Harms. Taylor got him down, and then Harms probably holding the ball. I think Kelly's got him.
The ball, just put the ball on the ground.
Kelly needs to get involved. He's had a wonderful season, but he's had a really quiet start to this game.
Just the one possession for him, Bruce. In fact, Geelong have 8 players with 1 or less possessions so far. And we're entering the second quarter. Good mark, Frost wants to go. Sneaky handball. Oliver driving kick, perhaps over the top to McDonald. McDonald kicked the first goal of the game, and he'll line up for the first goal in the second quarter. He'll be called play on here if he creeps around any more.
Got to love what Sam Frost just did then. To back himself to mark the footy and then didn't even hesitate. Shot off the handball.
Long way out to kick around the body here. McDonald gives it plenty of air in front of the goal, works it back, and not enough. Good attempt.
That's the athleticism of Frost. You see there, once again, Melbourne players attacking the footy in the air, and then just the ability to just say, you know what, I've got the gears here, I'm going to take the game on.
And a great kick from Oliver, and that's what Geelong hasn't been able to do. A great kick. You're right, Duck. Attacking on the ball by Frost. He's made a big difference over the last 6 or 8 weeks. Oliver just crunched his way through to Tyson, to Harms, and then Selwood. Good tackle by the captain.
Well, that's setting the example right there.
Stand up. Hands off, Alex. Thank you very much.
What you want from your leaders. You've got to set the example, especially.
Thank you. Here we go.
And a lot of your teammates aren't.
Abbott went early, just took Gawn's run a bit. Dangerfield tries to get through. Did okay. Blitzarves, can he break it? He can't. McDonald gets him down. Taylor's handball wide. Ablett, it sits. Can he get away? No. Great tackle. Melbourne all over him. Viney's been wonderful. Gets to Jones. Jones finds McDonald. He's in range. He can go all the way here.
And what about Melbourne's outnumber around that tackle on Ablett then? As soon as that ball spilt to the ground, there were 3 Melbourne players ready to pounce on that footy. It was a great tackle. Outstanding tackle from Jack Viney, but then the numbers around the footy and away they go.
2 big tackles from Viney in this quarter. One on the ruckman in a centre clearance, and then that one on Ablett.
49 goals for the year. And just didn't quite get the trip, but he's having a lot of shots on goal, Tom McDonald. And now is the moment for Geelong. They have to make a move.
10 scoring shots to 2 in favour of the Demons. Duncan. Here they go again. Second ball smothered. I think it was off the Menegola kick. Here's Ablett. Tries to keep Selwood running. Oliver came at him. Upended. Did you see that? What about that? Gee, won't that give them some confidence? McDonald marks. He plays on. And he finds Petrarca. Drop the sitter. Will get the handball out. Wiedemann for his 3rd goal. What about the effort in the middle of the ground from those 2 gutsy physical players?
Oliver was magnificent, wasn't he? He is so dynamic. Kolajasny, they just can't keep up, Geelong. Selwood back. Menengola. Stewart's local, they're rattled. They are absolutely rattled here.
They look like a team who hasn't played finals before. Their composure with ball in hand is gone. Completely gone right now.
Lewis to Oliver.
Gary out!
He just cuts the line so brilliantly, this guy. He's a good kick. Gets to fall forward. Gordon nearly. Neil Bullen. Really should have kicked it. Really should have hammered it home. He knows.
Had 3 nearlies in the last couple of minutes at Melbourne.
What about that attack on the footy from both of those players?
Just his balance, though, BT. And
yeah. Tui told to go. They do look rattled. Up the middle, the all or nothing real risky kick at this stage. Selwood kept it rolling for Menengola. Pursued on that occasion by Jeddah. Hurried handball by Duncan. They're going backwards. They're being gobbled up here by the Demons. Little handball, Vandenberg at the feet of Melksham. Couldn't control it. Taylor. Here they come again. Look at this tackling pressure. Gee, they're playing a lot like Richmond, aren't they? Unbelievable forward end pressure from the Demons. They are looking a lot like another side that played here last night.
Oh, they are, BT. Last 11 inside 50s to the Ds, and I'm sure this one will go inside it as well. That'll be 12. They are all over them. Pressure brilliant, ball use brilliant, contested ball wins brilliant. What a display we're watching.
So Jeddah does pump that ball in, Lingy, to get that extra one. Blitz halves. Wiedemann again, such a factor early. Ablett will go off the ground. He does. Just hacks it away. Hawkins has been quiet. He'll get a free.
Tom Hawkins free kick in the back. No.
So Hawkins in the back half. Very short kick. He's got a fine goal kicking record against Melbourne. So is Menzel, but at the moment nothing like that is happening. Good run from Stewart there from Selwood, and then kicks to full forward. Kelly will get a free kick against Lewis. Panicked a bit, Lewis, I reckon.
I believe you've wrapped 2 arms around him. I've played a hole. That's what I saw. The mark's there. Thank you. That's cool. Time back on. Appreciate it. Jim.
Geordie Lewis and Ray going at each other there.
And you're on your line.
Just a difficult one for Jordan, wasn't it? Just that one out against Kelly. Well, he's had a slow start and he's had a magnificent season. He's been a goal kicker. Just has to kick it. Just has to kick it. Has to kick it. He does. They've got started at long last. Now can they grit their teeth and do something about it?
That's why this centre clearance, as we speak about the Melbourne ranked #1. I keep going on about it, Lingy, but Geelong, it hasn't been their great strength. They have to find something today, have to start generating a little bit of ball out of the middle. Such an advantage, because once you get the ball inside your forward half of the ground, you can lock it in.
And you talk about getting the ball out of the middle, Duck. I mean, the big three we've talked so much about, Selwood, Ablett, Dangerfield. This is their moment. This is their time, right here, right now.
91,000, just the biggest crowd since the D's played in the 2000 grand final for them. Little one out the back. Viney been impressive. Got the squeezy handball to Jones. Down there towards Melksham. Put Stewart under real pressure. Picked it up with the one hand. Now Guthrie. Hannon came straight at him. Now Kolajasny got to keep it alive here or they get it over the line. Luckily the Vandenberg tackle ends Murdoch over the line.
Again, out of the centre duck. And Viney, Jones combining, the two leaders for Melbourne. They're gritting their teeth and they're making sure the ball gets down their end of the ground. What response has the Cats got?
McDonald and Henderson here. Holding the front position. McDonald just urges the ball down there. Viney starting to find his feet in this game as well. Been important with a couple of good tackles. David Neitz, of course. Melbourne great.
Hall of Famer this year, BT. Loving what he's seeing. Guthrie, Parfitt, got a quick kick away. Bouncing ball. Henry doesn't get a great bounce. Oscar McDonald, Kelly getting a little bit involved. McDonald's hands were pretty good. Neil Bullen's been lively. Lewis with all that experience. He knows what it's like to play against the Cats on the big occasion. Gone, probably gone actually, Big Maxi that time. That's a win for Blitzarves.
Hold Max.
And Duck, you talked a moment ago about nillies for the D. You just wonder, don't you? They could be 7, 8 goals in front.
No doubt about that. They've had some nearly moments in this quarter. Cats just hanging in there at the moment.
Down the line, Henry flying, get hold of it. Harms there, Salem there. Melbourne coming at the footy. Frost, the give and the Shepherd all in one. Couldn't do much with it, Jones, so Frost had another go.
Ball up. Rex, Max, Mark.
A busy interchange bench for the Demons.
Gary.
Brendan McCartney working the bench there. Gawn to the boundary line, smashing by Vandenberg there. Little one at ground level. Viney wanted the free, and I reckon he'll get it.
Viney. Melbourne. Viney.
So that was paid by the umpire off the footy. Viney looks in the middle. Brayshaw was lurking dangerously, but I reckon Viney said to himself, I don't reckon I can get it that far. Now goes down the line. High ball. Tom McDonald at the back. What about that for a front and centre off Hannon? Got it to Oliver. Into the danger zone here for Geelong. They've got to be sure in ball handling here. Wasman and Goladu goes back. Found a little bit of space with Tui. Can Kelly cut them up on the wing here for the Cats?
Tries to work it in front. He'll have to go off the ground. No, Frost was so quick to get across. He was able to close him down. Neil Bullen clever. Back to Frost. They played it well. Hawkins can't get to him. Back to McDonald. Back it goes to Lewis. Back it goes to Brayshaw. They're composed for the minute. Salem with a little one. Neat little kick to Oscar McDonald. He has time to catch his breath for a moment. We all do. And then he goes wide with a neat-looking kick to Petrarca. He's been dangerous to Oliver. Oliver with that sweeping handball to Brayshaw. Brayshaw off a step to fall forward. Where are the Flyers? Blitzar's front spot. McDonald claims it, not paid. Little kick forward by Melcham, only as far as Duncan.
To paint the picture of this quarter, this will be disposal number 41 for the Cats in this quarter. Only 2 of those have been in the forward half of the ground for the Cats.
Yeah, 90% of the time in Melbourne's half in this quarter. So their defence is actually holding up pretty well here, the Cats, but it's going to break soon because you can't keep defending.
That's extraordinary, isn't it?
Yeah, that is extraordinary.
And guys, Jordan Murdoch was helped off the ground by the doctors after that bruising Vandenberg tackle as well. Maybe a concussion assessment coming up.
Great shot of the members there as well. Once again, the kick falls short. Jetta able to concern it there. Vandenberg, the little push off. Clears a bit of space for Salem. Down the line here, umpire calls play on. So what can the Cats do here? Here's Murdoch, that injury that Daisy just spoke about.
Bang. That's how you tackle in a final. That is a wonderful tackle by Vandenberg. Hopefully Jordan Murdoch's okay. But they have been so fierce, the Demons.
Menzel, disappointed, comes to the bench. Needs to get things going. Viney takes them on. Slip the first, gone.
Hold the ball.
So that's a Selwood free. Or perhaps Guthrie.
No, Mitch.
It'll be Selwood.
It came to a stop.
Asking the question why the advantage wasn't played, and umpire saying it came to a stop. Kolajasny now. Selwood through centre half back. Threaded the needle magnificently to Taylor. Taylor plays on that left boot around the corner. Good looking ball. Hawkins able to lose his man. And this is mighty important for the Cats.
And it all started with the skipper on half-back again. It's two huge tackles that I can remember in this quarter, really trying to set the example in that way, and then following up, and then more importantly, using the footy going forward.
And a willingness to play on quickly and take a dangerous kick, which almost forced Harry Taylor to do the same thing, and exactly what Tom Hawkins wants.
496 goals, looking to become the 60th player to reach that magical 500 mark. This will get him one closer, never more important in their situation right now. Cats fans, get out of your seat because Tom's kicked it. Back within 22.
Oh, that's huge, Lingy. Just to be able to absorb the amount of footy that Melbourne's had, as we've spoken about, and then to go to the other end, go back, and that's a big goal. Not understating that. Huge for them, and as I said, Selwood starts with the skipper.
So 2 in a row to get them back within 22 for the Cats.
He's kicked some big goals in finals, Big Tom. I reckon that is up there in terms of importance if they're going to get back into this game.
So 11 inside 50s for 3 behinds for Melbourne, 2 inside 50s for 2 goals for Geelong in the quarter. They have absorbed. They've got themselves sort of half back here. Frost, Harms, the next goal vital here. They could get it back to a couple of goals at half time, then game on. Wiedemann, such an opener. Brilliant handball there. Back to Jones. Jones just kicking to Petrarca. Good tackle. Geelong holding up well here.
Even with that conversion, though, Bruce, Geelong are being forced to play off the back foot, playing deep in their defensive 50 because they're getting dominated in those centre clearances. So each time they've managed to score a goal, it's had to come from in the defensive 50.
McDonald got over the top of Blitzarves. Henderson can't get it out, and they get another stop.
You're on the back foot from the start, aren't you? Because if you lose that area of the game, then you're right. They've got to generate everything from half-back.
Murdoch down into the rooms. Gawn to the bench. Wiedemann into the ruck for Melbourne. Brayshaw paddles that ball out. Menzel with a bit of a no-looker. A brilliant spin in there by Kelly. He goes forward here towards Hawkins. Tries to break the Frost tackle. Got the little handball away. Gee, that was important. Picked up by Henry. Neat little kick. Jetta free, but Mark paid. They are starting to all of a sudden look a little more dangerous here. Salem out wide. Melbourne need a score now to steady the ship here. Tyson, just a little fumble. Back to Salem. Salem looks inboard. Difficult kick. Made it look easy. Got it to Harms. Harms wants to pull the trigger and go off halfback. Brayshaw upended there. And Henderson did well on the intercept.
And now Geelong with a chance to counter-attack. It's a slow kick. Well done by Salem to get back. He was able to take it away from Colin Jasley. He's played well, Salem. Handball over the top. Ambitious. Taken off at Harms. No free. And then, was that out on the full? No, it's not. It'll be a stoppage. Well, some parity, mate.
Once again, though, poor kick inside 50. Just wasn't to the advantage at all to Dangerfield, was it?
No. Abbott trying to lay it down to Selwood. Threw it out, actually, Guthrie. Duncan, he's been hurled up in the tackle, and then Parfitt puts the tackle on. Petrarca, well done. Wiedemann, Lewis, gang tackle, did well, Lewis. Just got a touch forward. Guthrie gets it back out to Menzel. Menzel normally clever. Oh, well done, Salem. He's playing some sort of a game off half-back.
And Viney's had 8 tackles, 2 of them in that passage. What about him as well? Jones, steady now, nothing on down the ground, so he just props. Little kick, finds Neil Bullen down low.
Gee, their composure's been impressive, Melbourne. Even Jones then, if he'd gone quick, he would have kicked it back to the Cats. Well played.
Now Neil Bullen out very wide. McDonald's taken the mark here. Little too far out to score, I'd reckon. Would take his absolute best and a bit from here. There's the angle. McDonald does an attempt to the top of the square. Big ride there by Harms. Couldn't reel it in. Tyson, Viney, Slick, Spargo got around Selwood. Thought about the banana. Gave it back to Salem on his left foot. Melbourne shot at goal by Salem. Misses. Another nearly opportunity.
Had a few of them, BT. They're playing such an attractive brand of footy. Tui, they're rolling the dice. Menzel's handball was poor. And Melbourne's tackling and Viney to the forefront again. How many tackles for Viney?
9.
What a comeback when we took. Hasn't played for so long. I mean, played so little footy. They've hurled him back, and has he delivered? Kelly can't get through. Oliver couldn't quite. Jones was a hard nut in there. Ablett, just a little fumble under pressure. Viney, well done. Cut off Parfitt. Parfitt to Menzel to Selwood. He'll run into a brick wall, but he gets rid of it, the captain. Gets it to Dangerfield. He can't quite get it back. Dangerfield cut off there by McDonald. Back it goes. Fritz on the wrong side for him. High. Underneath it. Oh, McDonald's been a colossus.
Turns and goes immediately to Neil Bullen. Gee, they run it and gun it, don't they? Tyson on the left. Little slider. He went in between both Petrarca and Vandenberg. Picked up here by Haddon. Thought about it. Left foot over the shoulder. A hand on it. They've got to concede, and Buse does. Didn't have control of the footy. Melbourne with this 2 or 3 minute pressure surge, but still not scoring.
Oh, had so many opportunities this quarter, Melbourne. Catch just hanging in there. Just indecisive. Too many options there for Melbourne.
Yep. Blitzarves, well done, Menengola. He's probably got to go as long and far down the line. It's a very good kick to Menzel. Lovely hands. He looks up. How quick can he get it on?
Melbourne have slid back well, though. He can't go too quick. He can take the short option.
Safety first to Scott Selwood. Now, he doesn't kick it a long way. They know that. He'll try and find a target. So he sets it up. The D's have been supreme in the air. Dangerfield and Abbott takes a mark just where he gave a free kick away in the opening term.
Don't give away a free or a 50.
And it was Sam Wiedemann who was still in the ruck on him. Took the chance to get forward on a smaller opponent.
Ryan.
Love that from a young ruckman. A few pairs of hands on that one, but they're going to pay that one.
Yes.
So a big call from the coach. You spoke about Abbott pre-match with him, didn't you? I mean, Stanley didn't come up with the cuff. They've had ruck problems for half a dozen years, Geelong, to be truthful.
They have, and Zach Smith was the other option, but he called it early on in the week. He said Ryan Abbott's the man for the job.
Is he the man for the job here, Lingy? No, he ain't.
Big let off.
They can't afford misses.
Wow, there's a lot in this. Fritsch. Oscar McDonald here. Runs it and kicks it as far away from the defence as he could. Tom trying to sweep it on. Little quick handball there came from O'Connor. Blitzarms out the back door to Buse. Ablett wanting it. Buse said no, we want to go forward. And he does with a nicely weighted kick to Kelly. He wheels and goes. Kelly inside. Hawkins! Really deep. Frost did well in front. Menzel had his feet taken. I reckon he'll get the free, Menzel. Advantage played.
Hit the post.
And Menengola has hit the post. Do you ever take the advantage when someone's got a free within 30? I'm not so sure.
There's the free kick there on Dan Menzel. And
do the players know? Do you reckon Menengola knows for sure?
Well, he had to know there.
Yeah. Well, he should have.
Or he had to kick it. Either one.
Yep. So he's made a big blue.
Yep.
Geelong suddenly getting a couple of chances. Melbourne bring it out impressively. Neil Bullen getting the ball wide. Can hear Razor Ray a moment ago there. Well done, Vandenberg. Just did enough. Clever Melcham.
Free kick, dangerous tackle. Melbourne. Ball well gone.
So Hibbert's free kick. The black armbands tonight with Maggie Varco and the Sloan family, Belinda and Rory. And for Bluey Hampshire as well, the Cat Bulldog, who's the first man to play 100 games for both clubs. First man to play 100 games for 2 clubs in the VFL.
Taylor, Geelong.
Harry Taylor's free.
Hold there. Thanks, Jake.
Jordan Murdoch back out of the rooms, guys. No jacket and into the front row, so looks like he'll continue.
Good news, Days. for the Cats. Taylor down the line. Hibberd looks like he's going to gobble this up. He thought about the play on Petrarca, didn't want it.
They're long down the line kicking tonight. Geelong has been right off. Not really to the advantage of either Hawkins or Abbott or who the target is, and Melbourne have cut it off nicely.
1:40 remaining here in the second quarter. Wiedemann out the back door, milks him. Little handball. Harms. Petrarca got around one. Scott Selwood got him for the back. This is the big opportunity for Geelong. They've got the numbers forward of the footy if they can get foot on ball. They keep handballing in the midfield here. It's gobbled up by Oscar McDonald, trying to thread the needle. 1 minute and 13 left in the first half. Blitzarv's going to get back, and McDonald's going to make sure there's a boundary throw in. Gee, they had the numbers forward then.
Oh, they certainly did, but what you'd have in that situation, BT, is just a lot of players calling for the footy, wanting their own touch of the footy as opposed to instructive communication and telling Ryan Abbott what to do with the footy.
Abbott gets rid of Wiedemann. Wiedemann gets a second crack. Milcham, Ablett just did enough. Kolajasny, Brayshaw was wonderful. Spargo off a step, missing again. Gee, Melbourne, they were inaccurate in the last quarter against Geelong down at Geelong. They were inaccurate here in the first match against Geelong, and they are blowing some chances here.
At half-time, Geelong go in and say, we've copped their absolute best, and they haven't put us away. That's the one advantage that they can go in with at half-time.
If they can hold it here, Wayne, at 3.5 goals, Melbourne deserve to be 6 or 8 goals in front.
5 behinds from 15 inside 50s in this quarter, the Demons.
Ablett to Tui, so maybe one last chance.
High ball into the middle of the ground. Up goes Parfitt here. 34 seconds remaining. Fritsch, little handball to Hibberd. Both sides still looking to attack. Brayshaw now's got it here. Little handball back into Hibberd. Hibberd with a drilling ball. Here they come. Opportunity, Wiedemann. Both hands on it, recovered at ground level. Shoving it out. Tui, risky to Ablett. Ablett blasts away, gets it into the middle of the ground. 16 seconds. Melbourne can go forward again. Oscar McDonald with a handball. He says to Jones, you go for home from 45 metres out. Jones again misses. Haven't kicked a goal in this quarter, the Demons.
Just kept that door open a little bit. They have been so good, except for finishing their work in this second quarter.
Gawn almost cuts it off. So an explosive opening half by Melbourne.
Good work.
They haven't done enough on the scoreboard. They've outplayed Geelong comprehensively. But the Cats have sort of hung in, haven't they? Lewis sucking it up, 4-time premiership player. Half-time in the qualifying final. And Melbourne lead Geelong by 39 to 16.